I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Nichols Nook. My name is Jess, and in today's video, I will be sharing with you my birth plan for our first baby. We are expecting a little girl, and her due date is March 8th, so we don't have much time before she makes her arrival, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But at the same time, because I'm a first-time mom and I've never gone through any type of birth experience before, I wanted to create a birth plan just to give me some peace of mind. Now I know having a birth plan is really a modern trend, and I am aware that they usually don't go as planned. However, I wanted to have just kind of an outline or some sort of guideline for the nurses and my doctor to go by, just so that they gain an understanding of how I'm hoping baby girl's birth will go. Again, it's really for my peace of mind and to help ease any kind of stress or anxiety going into labor, because I know that when I'm starting to have contractions or if my water breaks, I'm going to be very anxious, excited, but also very anxious and nervous as well, just because I don't know what to expect. It's that fear of the unknown, I think, and having a birth plan will just help me kind of feel a little bit better. I've also already gone over it with my doctor, so that just, again, helps to reassure me that we're on the same page. So I know that everything will probably not go as planned, but ultimately, as long as baby girl is healthy, happy, and safe, then I will be one happy mama. So now I'm just gonna go over my birth plan. I typed up just a simple Word document on one sheet of paper for my doctor and for the nurses. And I know there are so many different templates out there. If you just Google birth plan template, you can find tons of different ideas and templates that you can choose from. However, my doctor suggested that I just keep it down to one page and just keep it simple, because honestly, they really don't have time to read through 20 pages. It just needs to be simple and easy to read. So again, I just typed mine up in a simple Word document and kept it as simple as I possibly could. And I'm not gonna show it to you only because there is personal information on here, but basically what I did is I just titled it birth plan at the top, and then I inserted a table with 8 boxes. That way it makes it easy for the nurses to find specific information. So the first box contains my personal information. The next box contains medical information, so it goes through my insurance, my doctor and her phone number, what baby girl's name will be, as well as who her pediatrician is. And then I also included the fact that I don't have any allergies and that I am RH negative, so that I will need my RhoGAM shot after delivery, which of course my doctor knows, but just in case, I put it in my birth plan. The next box contains my labor preferences. So this is where I included that I wanted my own hospital gown to wear. So I will be bringing my own hospital gown from home. And when I do my hospital bag video, I will show you the hospital gown that I ended up purchasing. It's super cute. I also mentioned that I would like a birthing or peanut ball, and that if allowed, I would like to bring my diffuser with some lavender essential oil just to kind of help me relax, and that way I'm not feeling really tense or anxious during the labor process. Which, like I said, I did go over this with my doctor, and she said that that should be absolutely fine. She's gonna double check, but she says she's almost positive that that shouldn't be a problem. The next box contains who I would like in the room during delivery, and of course it will be Chaz, my husband, my mom, if she is there on time. She does live out of state, so depending on how long my labor is, I'm hoping that she will be there in time for the birth, and if she is, I would love to have her in the room. I know that some people just want their spouse or significant other, and that's totally fine, but if I have the option to have my mom in there, I do want her in there. And then I will have a birth photographer as well, so she'll be in the room during delivery. Next, I have a box for pain management. Now, I really struggled with this because I kept going back and forth between, do I want to have a natural birth or do I want to have an epidural? And I really just went back and forth. I've talked to so many people, so many of our family members, and I really struggled with this because I really love the idea of having a natural birth and really getting that full birth experience. My mom had a natural birth with me, and then with my brother, she had started to get the epidural, but it made her kind of feel funny and she didn't care for it and how it was making her feel. So she asked them to please stop. So I guess you might consider that a partial epidural, but she decided she didn't want anything else to help manage the pain, and she went through the rest of the birth naturally. My mom had a wonderful experience giving birth to me naturally. She said it was so much fun. They were laughing and just having a great old time, and her experience was a very positive one. Now, Chaz's mom, on the other hand, had a very different experience. She was like ripping her IVs out, ripping her clothes off, in so much pain without the epidural that she was screaming for the epidural. So I just, again, really struggled with this decision, but ultimately I have decided to plan on having an epidural as late as I possibly can. I don't want to get one too early. I want to be able to withstand the contractions and get that experience as long as possible without kind of missing that window. But the plan is to get an epidural just because, knowing myself, I just feel that I will be more relaxed and not as anxious or stressed out, and I will be able to enjoy the whole birth experience a little bit more. But again, I'm kind of going to try to be flexible in trying to handle what I can up to that point without surpassing that window of opportunity for the epidurals. I just want this experience to be as wonderful as possible, not just for me, but for Chaz as well. I know that if I'm in pain, like excruciating pain, and even though I know my body can do it, and our bodies as women were designed to handle giving birth, I just know that it would have an effect on Chaz as well, and I want him to be able to enjoy the experience as much as possible. So again, I really think an epidural will help me stay calm and collected, and props to you mamas out there who have gone through the natural birth. I commend you. That is amazing, and our bodies are so amazing for being able to do that. I know I would be able to get through it, but I just want to really enjoy the experience as much as possible so that it doesn't scare me from having kids in the future as well. And that was kind of one of Chaz's concerns, is that he was thinking if I had a really traumatic experience the first go round, that I might be nervous to have another one in the future, which I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure it would be fine, and that I would want to have a second eventually. But again, I think it'll just help us both be calm and enjoy the entire experience. Now, of course, birth plans don't always go as planned. So if for some reason we are rushing to the hospital and I end up having a natural birth, then that's just how it was meant to be. And of course, I will treasure that moment. However, if I do have the choice, I will be choosing to get an epidural. Now, leading up to this point, I will be practicing some different breathing techniques that we learned in some of our childbirth classes. And then, of course, my doctor did mention that all other pain management options will be presented to me when I'm there, just kind of depending on how everything is going. As far as fetal monitoring goes, this is really just going to be up to the nurses and the doctors. I would like to keep it intermittent, but I believe if you have an epidural, they have to do continuous monitoring. So that will just depend kind of on how everything is going as well. I also have a section for delivery preferences. So my goal is to have a vaginal birth. I did request that my doctor really kind of encourage me to breathe slowly and really pay attention to how I'm pushing in order to hopefully prevent any tearing. She said that most likely with an epidural, it will actually help with that because you aren't pushing because you're in so much pain. You're not pushing so hard and so fast to get the baby out. It's slower and the pushing is more controlled because you are more relaxed. And so that in itself, she said, can actually prevent tearing, which is amazing. I didn't think of it that way before. So that's really nice to hear. And then she will do perineal massage if needed. She also mentioned that she routinely does not do episiotomies, that she will most likely let a woman tear before she actually cuts because you can actually do more damage with an episiotomy, and the healing process is better if you just tear. She said she probably does one episiotomy every 6 months, but again, she will work with me as much as possible to help prevent tearing if she can. And then again, during the delivery, I did request that our birth photographer be able to take pictures. Now, she won't be taking pictures of the actual birth itself, but kind of everything leading up to that. And then of course, once baby girl is here, she will be able to photograph everything. She's also going to help us film in there as well. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking about whether or not we will be filming a birth vlog, and the answer is yes, we will be doing a birth vlog, but I'm not sure if they will let us film during the actual pushing phase or not, or if we're gonna have to wait until we are doing skin to skin. So I'm not sure yet. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. We're gonna have to be flexible and just kind of roll with whatever's happening at that time. And then I did include in my birth plan that if for some reason a C-section is necessary, that Chaz is to be present at all times, because that really kind of just scares me. I know that people have C-sections all the time, but it's major abdominal surgery and it just makes me a little bit nervous. So if he's allowed to be in the room, I definitely want him in there. But I'm praying for just a very safe vaginal delivery, and hopefully we don't have to go down the C-section route. And then the last part of my birth plan includes what I hope for after delivery. So immediately I want skin to skin, which she said she always does. She also does delayed cord clamping, and that is a hospital policy, and Chaz will be able to cut the umbilical cord. I requested a lactation consultant to come in and assist if needed. My doctor already confirmed that we will be rooming in. They even delay giving baby their first bath so that they have time to do the skin to skin and that bonding and nursing time. And then I did include that I don't want any pacifiers or formula given to her without my consent, just because I do want to make sure I'm bonding with her and nursing her. I don't want her to have a pacifier or formula immediately. I would like to try the breastfeeding thing first, and I would rather just continue to work with a lactation consultant until we kind of get that latch correct. I did request that Chaz be able to help give baby's first bath, just so one of us is there, because I'll probably be laying in the bed and I don't know if I'll be able to get up and do that, especially if I have an epidural. So I was hoping that Chaz could at least help with that, just to kind of help clean up. I actually don't remember us talking about that, so we'll just have to see after she's born. The last thing that I included was that if for some reason baby girl is not doing well, I would like for Chaz to be with her as much as possible. Again, because if I'm in the bed and I can't get up, if I had an epidural or for whatever reason, that he is with her as much as possible, just so that one of us is with our baby. So that is it for my birth plan. I tried to keep it very sweet and simple, and everything that's on there, my doctor said, is pretty much her routine procedure anyway, which makes me feel really good. Of course, things may not go as planned, and that's okay, but this just helps to give me some peace of mind and ease that anxiety. It will be reassuring to me to know that Chaz and I know what the decisions are that we have made ahead of time, so that if something comes up at the hospital where we have to make a very quick decision, that they will have something to go off of, and that Chaz will be aware of what I'm hoping for as well. We are so excited to meet our sweet baby girl, and if any of you are expecting, I am so excited for you as well, and I will be praying for you. I know that a lot of you have been on this pregnancy journey with us, not just on our pregnancy journey, but on your own pregnancy journey. I know many of us have similar due dates, so that is so exciting. I love reading your comments about where you currently are in your pregnancy and what you're having. So if you haven't let me know yet, drop it down in the comments below when your due date is, if you are pregnant, if you know what you're having, a boy or a girl, maybe what you're planning on naming your little one. I would love to know all of those things, just for the fun of it, and so we can support each other and be here for one another. So again, I'm praying for you mamas out there. I hope every one of you has a happy, healthy, and safe pregnancy and delivery, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.